today we're going to talk about writing equations of circles and drawing circles on a graph. Okay, so the standard form of an equation of a circle is as follows. It's x squared plus y squared equals r squared. Okay, that's the standard equation of a circle. Looking at this diagram right here, what do you notice about it?
It's a circle.
It's a circle. Where is its center at?
The center.
Which is called what on the graph? What's this point on a graph called? Origin, because its points are 0, 0. Okay. Looking at this equation, what's the one letter that you know?
X and Y.
R. Why R? R stands for radius. Okay, can we find the radius of this circle? Because it goes from the center to the outside. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's the only thing we can gather. So that is what we plug into our equation. So let's plug that in. We have x squared plus y squared equals r squared. So if we plug it in, we have x squared plus y squared equals 4 squared.
Or 16.
Right, I want to simplify farther, so then I get x squared plus y squared equals 16. That's it for this one. Okay. What to notice about this one is it is written in this form if the center is at the origin. Okay. If the center is at the origin, it is written in that form. Okay. But we always won't have that. Go ahead and practice these two. Write your two equations. Your equation you follow is x squared plus y squared equals r squared. Go ahead and do 1 and 2. Following that formula, what is the one thing we can gather from our picture? The radius. What is the radius on number 1? 2. Remember, from the center to the outside, 1, 2. So now we plug that into the equation. X squared plus y squared equals 2 squared. Right, now simplify. X squared plus y squared equals 4. Okay, number 2, what is our radius? 3. So then we plug it in. X squared plus y squared equals 3 squared. And simplify. X squared plus y squared equals 9. Okay, again, that's if the center is at the origin. Okay, questions on when the center is at the origin, writing those?
No.
Okay, let's look at it's not at the origin. Okay, this time a formula we're going to follow is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. What's different from this equation to the one that we were just working with? It has a h and a k. What do you think that h and k stands for? Not with circles. Look at our picture. Is our center at the origin anymore? No. So our h and k are those center values.
So x minus.
So let's plug it into that equation if we follow. Over here I have x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So let's plug in what we know. Okay, so we have x minus, my h value is 2, so x minus 2 squared plus y minus, what's my k value? Negative 1 squared equals, and then radius is the same. What's the radius? 3 squared. So now we just need to go through and simplify. Okay, so if I simplify this x minus 2 squared, I can't do anything with. What happens with these two negatives here?
They cancel out.
They turn into a positive. And then 3 squared is 9. That's your new equation. That's the equation if your center is not at the origin. Okay? What I want you to notice is what do you notice between our center values here and what they are here? I'll put them closer. Our center value was 2, negative 1.
Now it's
What do you notice? What do you mean they're flipped?
The negatives.
It's their opposites, right? The opposite of 2 is negative 2. The opposite of negative 1 is 1.
because it switches them to the center point.
Right. Okay? So in our equation, it wants the opposites of the h and k.
All right.
Okay? So again, that's if your origin is not the center of the circle. Okay? Go ahead and those. Not this one. Try number 3 on this one. This time it doesn't give you the circle, but it gives you all the information. Remember, the center is your h and k, and then your radius is r. Go plug all those in. Okay, remember our equation that we're following is that x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So, in this problem, do we have everything that we need to write the equation? Yes. Okay. When I plug in our h values, what's the trick? H and k. If I don't want to go through and fix them, what's the trick I can do? Flip them, right, to their opposite. What's the opposite of negative 4? Positive 4 squared. What's the opposite of negative 6? Positive 6 squared equals, and then r was 5 squared, which is 25. Good. Okay, one more I want to look at. I want to look at number 5. So it says x plus 2 squared plus y minus 4 squared equals 16. So now it gives us the equation. It wants us to work backwards. So to get the graph, we need to find 2 things. We need to find our center, and we need to find the radius. So let's start there. Our center, I'm going to label C. Remember, center is HK.
Since they're opposites.
Right, we need to think opposite. So what's the opposite of 2? Negative 2. What's the opposite of negative 4?
Positive 4.
Positive 4. So there's my center. Go graph your center.
We'll go left 2, then up 4.
Graph your center point. And then what's the last part we need to find to draw a circle? The radius.
Square root of 16 is 4.
Right, I need to take the square root of the right side to get our radius. So we get what for our radius? 4. So how do I use that to draw my circle? Count 4 in each direction.
Then make a circle.
Yep, count 4 in each direction, make a circle. So I'm going to go 4 to the right, 4 down, 4 to the left, and 4 up. And then you can draw your circle. So there's 2 important parts you need. You need your center, and then you need your radius.